JC Audits time here. JC Audits. Yeah, JC. It's been them JC. We're talking about them JC. Been waiting a long time for you, JC. Yeah, hell yeah, I've been waiting a long time for you, boy. JC. Woo! Go JC! Go JC! JC! Whoa! It's been a JC Audits. JC Audits. JC. Yeah, guys, this is an installment of JC Audits. It's going to be more of the same stuff that you've seen before on this channel in terms of lives. Well, in terms of JC. Bye-bye. JC. There's been them JC Audits. Do them JC Audits. There's been them JC Audits. JC. Bye-bye. JC. There's been them JC. That's just getting warmed up here. This is JC Audits coming at you from the unknown Liverpool location. Coming at you from an extraordinary, highly desirable place. And yeah, we're going to have much of the same today, like I was saying. Still getting warmed up here in JC Audits. Still getting warmed up. JC. Bye-bye. JC. Whoa, JC. Bye-bye. JC. Bye-bye. JC. Bye-bye. No, JC. Bye-bye. JC. Boo-boo. JC. This is JC. This is JC Audits here. And yeah, so thanks for joining the show. I would like to talk to you about certain things that are going on here at JC Storeroom here. JC Storeroom here. Can I show you something? Okay. So basically we've got some different people that have been contacting me on the channel, on JC Audits, the one and only. And frankly I've had enough. I've absolutely had enough of these people, because they keep on messaging me with comments basically that I've not been able to talk to them about, and it's really been disappointing, and I've just had enough of these comments, because basically I haven't had the time to reply to them, so I want them to sort of slow down in their intensity. There's 3 absolutely amazing people that are contacting me on this channel, who's not to be. There is the one and only Mike, and there's also OLIBOB. Now, OLIBOB loved and Zemroowsky, and absolutely so is SONOFSASSY. And it's those three people that I want to talk into their comments, because really what they've been doing is absolutely unbelievable. They've been coming up with certain comments that is absolutely unbelievable comments. So let's have a look at some of these comments now. So I've got my YouTube studio, which allows me to obviously filter in on these comments and really drill down on what people have been saying. And if it sounds bad right now, don't worry about it. I'm gonna sort that out shortly. So let's get down in these. Let's drill down, shall we? In terms of the actual content, and you're going to bear with me now as I drill down in the content. Apologies if I've noticed you come in and say hello. It's because I've got my hands full at the moment with an unexpected surprise. But apart from that, there's going to be some good, clean fun on JC Audits. I'm just going to get to that right now. So we're loading up now YouTube Studio. This is the app. I mean, download it yourselves by all means. But I think it's only really good if you've got a channel. Hit SONOFSASSY, get on YouTube, create your own channel, bro. Even though you don't have the time. No, that's what I'm here for. I'm going to platform these people. MICHAELZEMROWSKY. Not that they need a platform, but I feel personally they deserve it, because I mean the quality of their content is absolutely jaw-dropping. The time, even if it's 5 minutes that was spent crafting a response to my illegitimate questionnaires, has been absolutely unbelievable, and I'm very grateful to them, all three of them. I don't think anyone comes close to these three people, so that's why I've highlighted them. I'll continue to highlight them. SONOFSASSY is a friend of the channel. MICHAELZEMROWSKY is a new kid on the block. He's yet untested, and he won't mind me saying that. However, the content, his intellect is way up there, and it's dragging the channel in an upwards direction, as you might have noticed it himself. And I'm absolutely grateful for his content that he's typing. Happens a lot of it is quite witty, and can be intensely personal as well. And I mean that is some heady cocktail there from MICHAELZEMROWSKY. I mean, his name in itself raises eyebrows, but you know, long may he dwell on this channel. SONOFSASSY I've asked to sit back a bit, because I think he's getting burnt out from all the comments, and you know, to be fair, he's contributed so much already that he's done about a decade's worth of comments, so he can sit back. If he wants to unsubscribe, please do unsubscribe, SONOFSASSY, but I take it as I wouldn't take it personally, actually, because you've given so much. I feel like I know your heart, if I might be so bold to say that. You're welcome back anytime, SONOFSASSY. You'll always be a friend of this channel. Welcome to come back at any time. Just do what you do that you need to do to feel okay. So if you don't post for 10 years, that's absolutely fine. You've given me so much on this channel, and I will never forget that. MICHAELZEMROWSKY, sorry, like I said, new kid on the block. OLIBOB's actually shocked me with his content. It's gone through the roof in terms of depth. And a slightly controversial comment. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying that about Muslim religion. You know, sort of, it didn't shock me, because there's a whole load of stuff in the Quran that's, shall we say, raises the typical Christian's eyebrow, or anyone's eyebrow actually, apart from Muslims maybe. And I would like Muslims to comment, please, because I don't have the surah. So, well, OLIBOB has a surah or not. Surah as in Sierra, Uniform, Romeo, Alpha, that chapter and verse in the Quran, which is relevant. So, please, any Muslims, and I know there are some Muslims watching this. I think there's some in Saudi Arabia, probably in Oman, that watch this channel, and I encourage them not to be silent. This channel is yours as much as it is anyone that speaks only English, and you probably speak English better than I, if you live in Oman and you're watching this channel. But please do comment. I don't consider this to be an Islamophobic channel. So please, if you feel one day you're willing to speak out, especially if your name's only written in Arabic, we'd be loving to have you on this channel as maybe as an occasional contributor, you know, to set the record straight, because there's a lot of misinformation about Islam, and dare I say Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and I will say that whenever I remember. Yeah, but that was a tangent. OLIBOB and his comment about Islam, in specific the Quran, Holy Quran, which is never kept on the floor, by the way. That is a big no-no. Whereas if you go into anyone's house, maybe Christians, you might well see the Bible on the floor. It's no big deal. But the Quran is never kept on the floor. Anyway, let's not waste too much time. And I don't know, that is partly my game, isn't it? Making a lot of talk and not actually getting to the bottom of what you want to see. And some of this is going to be made into shorts. I'm just going to make sure that is recorded in terms of shorts, so that there is some kind of record of of that. So let's get into this without further ado. I like to have a bit of a prologue on this channel, don't I? Well, let's finish with the prologue now, and let's get down to the juicy bits. I might actually download Studio, which shouldn't take too long. In the meantime, how are you guys? Sorry, I can't even see what you've written at the moment. If you've written anything. So now's the time, lads, to go and have a piss, go and make yourself a cup of tea, sit on the toilet, have a crap, come back. You won't have missed much. I'm going to be back online. Well, I'm not going to come offline, but give me 5 minutes, lads. Or not even 5, give me 3 minutes, lads, right now. Go and do those things. I'll see you in 3 minutes. I'm going to keep on chatting, lads, because that's the way I am. And I'm not going to even say I like the sound of my own voice, because it might not be true. Especially when I can't even get a word out. Those of you just joining, welcome. I don't even know if anyone's watching, probably 0 people. But this podcast is going to start very shortly with the subject of 3 of my regular contributors by the name of SONOFSASSY, OLIBOB203 and MICHAELZEMROWSKY. Don't know what the story is with Michael's surname. Maybe he'll tell us one day, maybe he won't. let's go to some of the comments before we start. By the way, after I do all the comments, I am going to say hi to you guys, and don't feel like I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. I'm just trying to read all these comments. And I'm not going to say, look, we'll go from OLIBOB to SONOFSASSY. We'll just take them as they come. All right, let's just take them as they come. So let's take them as they come. The first one is from OLIBOB203, and it's in response to my question about can racism ever be eradicated from across the globe? Now, just going to make myself a drink. Not going to take too long. So, can racism be eradicated from across the globe? Is the question. And OLIBOB has got back to me, and he said the following.
I think fear of the other is a natural instinct, but it can be overcome by the following. What the Bible says: love the foreigner and the outsiders. However, it makes sense to fear others. The people who found the Americas wiped out 90% of people because of smallpox. It's a natural response. But acting on it is wrong. If that makes sense, I'm not saying that racism is an action to commit, but fear of the other and is not the same. But fear of the other, it's not the same, is it, as racism? It's natural tribalism.
So, OLIBOB there is actually saying that, of course, if you follow the Bible, you'd actually love foreigners and outsiders. But he's saying that fear of the other, aka xenophobia, is actually natural, and it's sort of kind of natural tribalism. But acting on it, OLIBOB203 says, is wrong. So you can think it, don't quite like that person. You don't voice it. You don't say it unless you're mentally divergent. But acting on it, not giving them a job, not doing that, not doing this, in most contexts is kind of wrong, in OLIBOB203's opinion. But let's go on. Let's see what else is said by whoever. This is a good one. Again, OLIBOB203. Let's look at this. How do we solve persecution by one religious group over another? Now, OLIBOB is a Christian. I can say that hand on heart. I really feel that. At the end of the day, Judgment Day, it's not me judging, is it? It's God, if He exists. So, but in my opinion, I really feel that OLIBOB is as sincere a Christian that I've ever met. And he not only talks it, he walks it, I believe, as well. And there's a lot, and he's one of the only viewers, one of the few viewers, I should say, of this channel that I've actually met in person. I wanted to meet SONOFSASSY, but that's another story. I'll go there if I remember. But this is what OLIBOB says in response to how do we solve persecution by one religious group over another. This is what OLIBOB says.
I know Christians should never persecute others. It's often a misunderstanding or misuse of passages in the Old Testament that have a specific context. Phineas is an example of this. However, you cannot stop technically Muslims persecuting others, as really it is mandated by their religion. In modern Islam, in the West, this is typically ignored. But it is said in the text. I know there's a nuance about killing Christians or Jews, but ultimately that practice happens a lot. Christians are persecuted all over the world and it's ignored. That is OLIBOB203 writing on JC Audits channel. Like literally today, it was written. I'd say this morning. So they're in black and white, and there's no surprise about it. What he said is not controversial. It's not, against Christians. It's not against what he believes. It's not. I would say it's not against most UK citizens what they believe. However, it is slightly spiked in the sense that what it's saying is, it is written in the Quran, a holy book of Muslims, that persecuting others is mandated by Muslims. So, these are not my words, these are the words of OLIBOB203. Let me get that absolutely clear. Now, the way I've spoken it, a few people are going to take issue with that, and I want them to, and I want them to come back if they can with why they don't agree with that. Not only I don't agree with it because it doesn't sound very British to say that, or tolerance, but I'd also maybe like them to come back with saying, well, actually I've read the Quran and I haven't seen anything like that, or my friend's a Muslim, he's read the Quran, there's nothing about it's okay to persecute others, or it's necessary, or it's mandated, as OLIBOB says, mandated by their religion to persecute others, which is very, very interesting. I did not know that to be a fact, as said by OLIBOB. So in my personal opinion, it's unproven. However, it would not surprise me if something of that ilk was actually written in the Quran. So let's speak to somebody that can speak Arabic, and let's perhaps look at that if we can get a clear picture, because my Arabic is very limited to saying hello, goodbye, thank you, respect, that kind of thing. So please, do get back to me on this channel under the live if you think that what OLIBOB has said is actually flawed, or if you agree with OLIBOB. That would be amazing, guys. Let's have a look. England for the English. So this is a series of pictures that I've edited. First one was of the English flag. SONOFSASSY has asked me what this is all about. It wasn't entirely conscious, but it became more conscious that what I was doing was showing the mix of the UK. Some people might not like that. In fact, just what OLIBOB was saying, just because you don't like it doesn't mean you should act on it. And I think OLIBOB would agree with that. As an example would be, I don't like a mosque being built around the corner, but does that mean I should go around with a brick and throw it against, smash a window? That's action, and the other one is thought. So, that's kind of what OLIBOB is saying. So, I believe, but so let's look at what OLIBOB is saying about the English, and this shocked me in
its depth, but let me just read it properly, because I'm not sure that I did actually read it properly. So,
What does it mean to be English? We are British, Scandinavian, Latin, French peoples. You're English, mate. I would consider you a Scouser, which could be seen either as an honour or an insult. I mean it as an honour. English is an attitude and a culture, not a skin tone thing. It's respecting other humans, valuing life, and believing in better things, while also being pessimistic and not doing anything about it. For example, complaining about the government, suggesting change, but in all reality just sitting and drinking tea and deciding, well, screw it. I think English is about culture. We have always been a mixed society of Irish, Celt, Welsh, Saxon, French, Roman, plus Roman Empire, which can be anywhere, Northern Africa, Viking. Later editions come from the Empire, and eventually, when modern society happens, the world. We are better when we share the best attributes anyway.
so that's the view of OLIBOB203, and in fact, it's not a hell of a lot too far from the Druid, SONOFSASSY, because SONOFSASSY is a Druid. So the Christian's view on this doesn't really differ that much from the Druid's view, which is rather interesting. We'll look at the Druid's view. SONOFSASSY. But before we do that, let's look at MICHAELZEMROWSKY. In response to my poll, what would make you feel least human? His response is being instantly reincarnated into somebody else's body. I would be reincarnated into Margot Riddy's body. Go on the game, make a fortune, then retire at 28. That's MICHAELZEMROWSKY. He also goes on to say, for those of you that don't have children, if you had children, would you die for them? And he says, believe me, would you die for your children and more? I would die for my children and more. Before I got married and had children, I would have answered no, but I did not get married until I was 42, through choice I might add. But now, I am still married for now, with 3 ungrateful little bastards, 1 stepson and 1 with my wife and 1 who we adopted. I would still die for them. MICHAELZEMROWSKY. This is OLIBOB on Brexit now. So, and OLIBOB, of course, doesn't reflect all Christians and all his views. I really respect that he's taken, he said something, because let's face it, have a look at OLIBOB, check him out. If you want to know more about him, I'll feature him and, a little bit on this channel, but all I want to say is that I really, really like the way he's not just he's not a robot. He's not one of these Christian robots saying, oh, you must believe because you must believe because B, you must believe because C. You sense that OLIBOB is a real 3D, multifaceted human with a whole developed personality and an honesty and integrity that is mind-blowing, that he's willing to engage with social media that some people in the church might be afraid of. OLIBOB, in his sincerity, has not only embraced his view on this channel, embraced expressing his view on this channel, he's also talked about politics. I mean, what Christian in a church, a fairly
prominent. I wouldn't say that prominent, but prominent enough to talk in his own church in front of people. What sort of Christian would go on then to another channel that's not even his own or to do with the church, and he talks about politics? Well, for me, that talks to somebody who's confident that he's true, and he's not afraid of being who he is. And like I say, I've met him in person as well, and I could say he comes across like that. He's unapologetic, and I would definitely have a pint or two with him. If I ever saw him again, I would have an OJ, I would have a tea. You get the drift. So this is what OLIBOB is saying. As regards to Brexit, he's saying, so Christian in Liverpool, okay, an established Christian in Liverpool is saying this about Brexit. My opinion, it's got nothing to do with Christianity. I might be wrong. I voted against leaving, but leaving, oh sorry, I voted against leaving, but leaving now is correct, as I think the EU would use it to do what they want with us. It's swapping overlords and making rich men richer, but really reducing our rights and ability to trade. Such a stupid move. Wouldn't go back now, as I think the EU is still corrupt with unelected leaders. However, better than evil, you know, they say. So, OLIBOB203. Let's look a little bit further on here. And I noticed I've said, I think it was SONOFSASSY until now. And this is SONOFSASSY, and thanks for waiting, by the way. If you're listening to the SONOFSASSY, a huge high five and I'll say a side hug. I won't give you a full-on hug. I don't want you to misinterpret a full-on hug, but virtually I'll give you a virtual side hug. SONOFSASSY, you know how much I like you, okay? Just leave it at that. I'm not going to say anything else. This is SONOFSASSY on English, sorry, on England for the English. What is English? A mixture of immigrants over thousands of years. Celtic, Anglo-Saxon, Scandinavian, European. Anyone who thinks England for the English are uneducated or scared. Either way, that's no way to live. The world is better when it's a melting pot of cultures. Science and art would flourish. The only way to make the world a thriving place is to learn to live together. For as long as we argue amongst the common man, our masters will have total control. If you enjoy being a slave for the rich man, then continue to argue. The one and only SONOFSASSY right there. That is the SONOFSASSY. I think isn't he just amazing and sublime? His arguments. Right. Here's another one, SONOFSASSY. This is to my question, does it upset you that a minority of fit adults don't have to work? And this is SONOFSASSY. Honestly, mate, no. You'll only be jealous if that bothers you. When you realise money is an illusion and it doesn't need to exist, then you realise life is nothing but a game. There are many ways to play. Don't hate the players. Hate the game.
That was SONOFSASSY, right there. SONOFSASSY, and I've got another classic SONOFSASSY. Listen to this. This is to my question or proposition that the class system will disappear within 10,000 years in Britain. And this is SONOFSASSY. Weather. 10,000 years is a long time in human standards. Go back 10,000 years and you'll find Neanderthals hunting mammoths. You think humans will be the same in another 10,000 years? Ah! Polar shifts, Earth's axis shifted, continental drift. All of this will cause massive change to the environment, climate, and the world in general. With any luck, all of this archaic nonsense like class and general negativity amongst humans will be long gone. Only when we have common ground will we work together. That's the SONOFSASSY right there. That is core SONOFSASSY, and you know, he's called himself an intergalactic, semi-aquatic, multicellular motherfucker. That's in SONOFSASSY's own words right there on my channel. That's how he describes himself. Have I said much about MICHAELZEMROWSKY? I haven't really, which kind of surprises me a little bit. Here's some more SONOFSASSY. This is in response to my if you like, question about, is it possible that by some terrible, tragic mistake that all Muslims are following the wrong guy? This is SONOFSASSY's wisdom on this one. Study religions. Do not box yourself by following just one. Not one person knows the truth. History is written by the victor. The victor is the one who kills the most. Christians and Muslims destroyed other religions and libraries during the Crusades. If they were that confident in their God, why destroy other faiths? Because they know there's a falsehood. Imagine we built a powerful telescope to look into the cosmos, only to some dude looking down with a powerful microscope. For all we know, everything we call the universe is a speck of dust under our God's microscope. Humans have a sense of importance. Narcissistic by nature. We might be bacteria in the realm of the creator. That was SONOFSASSY right there. Classic SONOFSASSY. There's a little bit more. Classic SONOFSASSY. Listen to this. This is more talking about Muslims. Listen to this. It is possible Christianity and Muslims are barbaric. Just read that one again. It is possible that Christianity and Islam are barbaric religions with thousands of years of murder and rape on their hands. All the while being very recent religions. Hinduism predates both by 2,000 years, while teachings are practiced peacefully without the need for war. Their teachings have more in common with ancient religions. They knew about the stars and space travel thousands of years before we thought it possible. Remember, JC, we have faith, but don't be blinded by religion. As the majority of modern religions are evil at the core. I repeat, the majority of modern religions are evil at the core. Lads, that is Druid SONOFSASSY speaking right there. If you're wondering, this is not my own voice. This is the voice of SONOFSASSY on this channel, and I continue to give a platform to interesting people. Interesting people on this channel. I am so sorry if I haven't acknowledged you. I'm actually going to now come into the chat. If there's anyone, I don't know if there's anyone watching this channel right now. Let me just see. Absolutely no one. Absolutely no one watching this channel. That is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So there might be one person watching it. Lads, if you're watching it right now, do say something, because I am here and I'm here for you guys right now. So if there's anything you want to say, then I'm right here. Apologies if I've missed you so far, guys. So I might have missed you, and if I have, I am sorry about that. Okay. Might wind it up, guys. Let's just have another little look. See if there's other. Yeah, we'll have some more SONOFSASSY, I think. SONOFSASSY. Yeah, SONOFSASSY actually right about most things. Why about most things? I believe he graces other auditing channels and other channels on YouTube with his wisdom. But let's give him a shout out. Right about most things. If you're watching this, I'll give you a shout out right now. But let's go on just a little bit to SONOFSASSY again. Because this is in response to my question, what colour are the ethnic British? And SONOFSASSY says the following. British isn't an ethnicity. Britain has been conquered by many ethnicities. Celtic, Anglo-Saxon, Roman, Scandinavian, German, French. No white British is pure blood, unless they're pure Celtic, and even then, I doubt it. Throughout history, people have migrated to new lands. No man, no race holds the key to any land. We are all from Earth. This is our planet. Our masters have brainwashed us, so we fight amongst ourselves, arguing like children about nonsense, while they work us into the ground, taking what they want. We listen. We jump when told to, at least most of you. Join the rebellion, join the good fight, rid the world of greed, become the master of your own fate. That is the voice of SONOFSASSY, and I'm just going to end this right now. And thank you for watching. This is JC, signing out.
JC's so cool. Yeah, JC. Wage slaves. See you all. Bye.